Welcome to the Dope and Tape podcast, everybody. So happy that you can come and hang out with us live. And if you're not live with us, thank you for checking us out afterwards. And if you can't watch us on YouTube, then check us out on Spotify and listen to us while you drive. And then put down your phone so you get there safely. I would say that our guest got a little weird, or there was miscommunication. You can take it either way, but today we're gonna try to do like a question and answer kind of thing. So with our
Also
guests
known
that come in,
as a Q&A.
yeah,
Sorry,
Q&A,
sorry,
yeah,
Brian.
it's okay. No, just
I
cut
got,
me off.
I don't,
Yeah,
I don't have a
I'm
lot of
not
sleep.
talking here at
I
all.
just feel like, I feel like picking on you
Jeez,
tonight.
jeez.
It's pick on Brian night.
I
What
do
happened to your
want
guest, bro?
to. So I do want to mention this. So I've been talking to some salespeople on LinkedIn, and by the way, please keep messaging me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. Instagram is retrofit Brian, and I was getting contacted for sales, like as a contract sales and um small service sales and inspection sales. And I wanted to kind of cover inspection sales because it seems like that's the one that everybody kind of struggles with a little bit. And it's a volume game. Now I got caught up because I like big stuff. I like for a while, if it wasn't 10,000 or more, like it didn't excite me. Like I didn't really return phone calls if it wasn't over $10,000. But I found that you need to keep those, the big ones, but you also need to go for volume.
Oh,
And now that I'm in kind of a different role with Patriot Fire here in Georgia, they allowed me to sell everything. And now I can see that. I can see that I need some small ones to keep service coming, to keep deficiency quotes coming, and as well as the big ones. But I can't get caught up. But it's definitely volume for sure. So I've been trying to change the way that I approach everything. Like I talk to construction companies and I do bid stuff, but I call the contractor and ask them if they already want it. I don't just bid on stuff just to bid on it. I feel like it's a waste of time. So I go out, I try to get some cold calls. I try to at least get some three proposals together. And I try to get that information while I'm there. I've done inspections for so long, I can kind of get an idea of how the layout of the building is, how they, let's like for an example, a a hotel. I'll walk one floor, get the extinguishers, multiply it by how many floors they have, add about four for the first floor. And that's my extinguishers. And then I'll count my device type, do the same thing for device type for fire alarm, and maybe add like three power supplies, depending on how big it is, and then one fire alarm panel. And then I'll walk outside around the perimeter, just like you would do if you're an inspector. That's the first thing you do when you roll up site. You walk around the building.
I sent it, Daryl. Tom, send your email.
From there, I do sectionals by how many floors, and then I ask them if they have, if I can see any piping on the first floor.
I can't remember
That
your
might
email,
be like a
Tommy.
dry system. And I get proposals, guys. If you go and you just introduce yourself and hand them your card,
Uh,
it's nothing. You might as well not even showed up. You need to chase proposals. You're
why
not
would you?
chasing customers; you're chasing proposals.
I forget your email, Tom. Like I type in Daryl and his email comes up. A lot of people I can type in their first name, their email comes up, but yours isn't Tommy. Selling is about building relationships. You want those little ones to make referrals for you too. That's from Matt Bass. Matt Bass? I want to say Bass.
Yeah, I would say the relationships are huge.
If
I
anybody
have,
wants to come on, drop your email in the comments and I'll let you in. And you can ask questions. You can ask Brian any question you want.
or if they
I
want to
know.
learn how to use a manual impact.
Yeah, where's shit? Nick. Where the fuck's Nick? Is Nick watching?
But after you use it, you need to make sure you go back to the van and find pink tape
I'm
from
pretty sure.
Arco.
I'm pretty sure it was Nick. Yeah, it's Nick. Right?
Hey, are you still using that pink tape? Or are you out?
No, I save it for special occasions.
What would that be? Like
Yeah, Nick.
red panty night kind of thing?
No, for like if I
Like
wanna
you're
if
going
I
on a
make
date
if
with the wife and you
no,
don't want your stuff to leak?
so I can make special Artco videos. I think I only got a couple rolls of pink tape. Tommy, hit me in the DMs with your email. Bass like the fish.
Hey
Mustache
Daryl,
looking good.
we can't hear you, man.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, we hear him now. I
Yep,
got the
you're
free
in
ride
here
mustache
now.
going because I had that thing waxed up for like 3 days straight.
Hey,
Yo,
boys.
that wax, I
I
could
just
take a
don't
shower
like it
with
when
it.
it's all up in your lip, man. That's like I just see it and just
Like this?
man,
You
just
don't like that?
it looks
You
unkept.
don't like this
Yeah.
one? Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So,
just
all right, perfect. So that's the way I'll keep it. No, but so seriously, this wax, and this is not an ad. I put that shit in, and then like I could take a shower with it, and it won't fuck up the mustache, even
how
in the
do
shower.
you use like an oil remover, right?
Yeah, you got to use this like I don't know, it's like a fucking droppy thing. It's basically like beard oil, but it's a wax remover, and so I used that today. But every day I was just like adding a little bit more wax to the mustache, like every shift. I just worked like around the clock for a few days.
How intense is that chemical?
Which one?
The oil.
No,
Is it like
it's
what is it,
natural.
strip paint?
It smells really good. All natural citrus, made in the USA. It's got jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, apricot oil, vitamin E, and it's fused with some essential oils. Smells dank. Get the wax out
I
of
don't
your
know how long
handlebar
I can stay
mustache.
on for, boys, but I'll stay on as much as I can.
Appreciate it. Can you turn sideways? Hold.
This way?
Yeah, there we go. Now we can really see you. How you been?
Good, buddy.
Hey, what's up,
Are
kiddo?
you going? I just put one down to bed, and the other one's with me right now.
How
That's
many
it.
you got?
I got two. Yeah.
Okay. Now y'all are on man to man defense.
Let's go.
It's
Anybody else that
yeah.
wants to come on and ask questions, send me your email. You want to come on,
So
little
Daryl,
Bob?
what are you doing now? Like what kind of work? You
I'm
still
being
working on
dad
some
mode right now.
you doing inspections and service?
Yeah, I had a internal to do today, so at a school. So I did an internal today at the school, and then after that, I helped out one of my partners do an annual on three different buildings. So I helped him do all that stuff. He didn't have his backflow ticket, so I did the backflows and
Okay.
helped him out with the tampers and flows and all that stuff.
How long was that ride you had to get there?
The ride out today was short.
Oh, good.
It was
I
close
like
to
to hear
home.
that. I like to hear that.
Like I said, I'm about 3 days away and 2 days close to home. But I'm always home. I always get have time to get the kids to bed.
That's good. I like that. I like being able to put my kids to bed.
Yeah, that's my main
On
thing.
Tuesday night we had a 7 o'clock start, so I was like I had to like leave during dinner. I wasn't
Hmm.
able to put them to bed. Sad. So
So
sad.
I got one on my watching one on my monitor. I just put him down to bed, and I got one up for another hour
I
watching
just saw the.
cartoons
Okay.
before he's going to bed.
Oh, Steve's
Kind of
playing
hanging
poker.
out.
No Steve.
Well, I didn't have my boys tonight, so we
But
worked until about 5, went to the gym, came back. We went to Publix, grabbed some steaks, and then showtime.
Showtime, baby. She cook. You already ate the steaks, or she's cooking them now?
No, I ate them. She took a shower while I was cooking, and then she's at TJ Maxx now. She's
Oh
flying
man,
out to Dallas on Sunday, so she's going to get some new clothes and all that
do
stuff.
some damage at TJ Maxx alone.
Bruh. Yeah. And
so
then
on top,
I'm sending out random emails right now, so if you get one, you get one. Let's see. Who else should I invite? Huh? I'm just going through the email list right now. I got all you guys' emails saved in here. If I just gotta find the right people. So yeah, so we Brian had scheduled us somebody. somebody compelling, and then they backed out. They didn't want to talk to us anymore.
Yeah, well, it just I don't know if it was a
What's
miscommunication
up, Max?
or
Come here, Max.
something,
Come
but
here, Max. Come here. What are you doing?
here we go.
Max, come here.
So
Come here.
this week I was driving out and I was listening to your podcast, and
All right,
man, I had
Jonathan,
a
come on.
nice laugh at you
No,
guys
no, no.
this drive out because of you were telling Brian about selling, how he can't say sell right. Oh, with his accent,
Well,
he started laughing
I
so
think
hard.
isn't that a thing in the South though? Like you use the word sale in place for
Say, oh
sell,
yeah, sale,
right?
sale.
Am I right,
Yeah,
Bry?
it's the same way for me. Sell, sell.
Yeah. So that's not
Are you
that's not
sailing a
that's
ship?
not that's not the right way. Are you sailing a ship? Come sail away.
Yeah, my accent's also completely different than like anything. So
Yeah,
it's
you don't have a normal like Georgia, like a Southern
no,
accent.
no. I just kind of talk
And-
how I talk.
He's
People
like,
even here, they're like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "I'm from here."
"Yo,
It's
what
like,
up,
"Oh."
Mick?"
why do you have to use the washroom so much?
Look, man, I'm built like an athlete. All right, like a Formula One car. All right.
You're built like, except he pees like a teenage girl.
Hey, with these topics, I watch you a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely
No, I
listening,
also
Daryl.
drink way more water than like the normal person
I
as
feel like we
well.
were drinking the same amount.
No,
Yeah, we
I don't think
were.
so.
Every time we got water together every time.
No, I had more water.
I don't
I had
believe it.
like a book bag of water.
I was with you the whole time, dude.
I
You
had
can't.
Arco.
Are you
Not
fit?
the whole time, because I had like meetings after meetings after meetings.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you drink one water, you pee four times. Keep the content, boys. You want to come on, Mick? Who wants to come on the show? If you want to join us live right now with a Q&A or anything, you want to come on and say hi, drop your email. I'll invite you in. We're doing a social. Our guest backed out. If you're watching us live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Either way, hit the like button. We have 570 subscribers. That is amazing. As always, if you can't watch us live, listen while you drive on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Now, what are you doing,
What
Daryl?
was he?
You listening? Are you listening on Spotify or you pulling
Oh
it up on
well,
YouTube?
I like you guys both, and I enjoy your podcast, and I enjoyed the feedback from both you guys, and just want to be a local fan of both you guys and be a part of the team here. So I'll try to do live if I can, as quick as I can and long as I can with the kids and everything else. But if I can't get all the whole show, and I think the show's interesting, especially Paul's. That
Paul.
Paul shows, oh, I'm all in.
Everybody, we got a lot of feedback on Mountain Man Paul.
That's
So
wild.
He's like in the bear sanctuary, just like making sure there's
yeah,
no bears
exactly.
coming up.
It's like
So
looking over his shoulder.
What's
It's like,
up, Paul?
dang, man.
so if I see his episodes and I'm only maybe 20 minutes in, and I have to put the kids down and I can't catch the rest of the episode, I'll start watching it on Spotify
While you
when I'm
drive,
driving to work to finish off the
because
episode.
that's something you and I DM a lot about is your commute. I think that your commute's too long.
Well,
How long
it
is
is.
it?
Well, all depends on my schedule, man. Like my my schedule, I maybe 3 days out in the mountains, and then 3 days back in town. So to get out to the mountains is probably about an hour and a half one way, an hour and a half back. So almost 3 hour drive.
Oh, hour and a half isn't bad. Hour and a half is like I'm not
So
quite
it's an
pulling
hour
my
and a
hair
half
out.
hour and a half one way, and an hour and a half back at the end of the day. So like your
Oh man.
episodes are only an hour long, so I can bang off two of them in a day if
Yeah,
I'm
that's
driving out to the mountains.
yeah. So we got to make more episodes for you.
We got to go back to 3 a day like we were.
3 a week.
Yeah, man, that was tough.
All right, Mick. I know a guy up. I know a guy up in Boston named Mick. I didn't know if that was you. Chad Davis says, "What was he having with the water? He just, I don't know. We just drinking water. He was working me to the bone. We had to drink water. You know, we didn't even get a minute to sit
But back to your
We
topic,
weren't the whole time.
for real."
back to your topic. I heard you saying though
So
about
excited.
selling stuff, and yeah, I understand like you want to make that big sale all the time, but like sometimes you got to make that little sale just to keep the other guys employed for your company. to keep everyone floating until you make that big sale again.
Yes,
So
sell them little ones, Bry.
even if you make them little sales, you're still helping out a family in need for the time being until that big sale comes. So think about it that way, that you're still helping out the floating of the ship to keep everything floating, because you're not always going to have them big jobs to
Oh,
keep everything floating for everyone.
sorry, Tommy. I'm just seeing your message now. Um, I love the
I
banter,
believe
Mick.
that's true. It's
Mick
just
says
on the
he's
exciting side, like 10 grand and more. Like tomorrow I have a
Clay.
meeting. That job is like
What the
$670,000.
fuck is
Like
Clay?
that's exciting for me.
What's Clay, Tommy?
That's fun stuff. But like a
Sent.
daycare that's 750, like I can't help but feel like I'm wasting my time. Because I am commissioned. Like it's not like I'm just getting paid hourly to ride around. Like I need to make all my time valuable.
Someone
And
needs to inspect those 750s too, though, and we want the best
Yeah.
dog down there. You know?
yeah, it's cool. It's cool to make $20 for 3 hours of work.
What do you got? what, do you,
Oh my god.
Everybody freaking loves that,
what
huh?
do you got?
Remember, I'm commission, man.
What do you got in the koozie, dog?
Commission, bro.
What
I
you think?
gotta
Don't try
I
to
gotta
show off your
make
koozie like
money.
I don't have one too. Come on, what's in there? You got what is it? Bubbly? What is it?
It's yeah, it's just
Seltzer
like some
water?
carbonated water.
Yeah, I love that. Got a
So
little
you
kick.
don't get paid hourly, you get paid by commission.
I have a salary. Salary's
Yeah.
good, but my pay plan is on commission, and I just like anybody else would want to adhere to how the pay plan is built.
Yeah.
Make that commission, dog. But you
So
can
if I
toss
could
in a
talk to
couple little
someone
ones.
at that, if I can go and ride and stop by somewhere that's like, let's say $5,000 versus 750, like I feel like the 750 would be a waste of time versus my $5,000.
Unless it's quick. Unless you can get
Unless,
in there and just 750 and then it's done, takes you an hour and you move to the next one. Spend a whole day
yeah,
doing
or if
750s.
they call me, if they're like, hey, I need we would like to get my inspections done, then I'll 1,000% go.
Yeah, I can get where you're saying that too, but like on top of that is that more you can get your name out to more people you can shout out to, more people that you can get them bigger sales.
Tommy, what up?
Yep, the right people.
How's it going, dude?
Exactly.
I seen you guys on the
For
news.
sure.
Huh?
Y'all popping up everywhere.
Yes, Chef.
What's up, kiddo?
What's up, dude?
Love
What's your show?
What's going on,
What's
Tommy?
your show?
No, yeah.
No, you
Oh,
want to
you
be
know,
on
just
here?
taking all the information in.
Look at
Hey,
that.
do
Is that
do
Johnson
you want to be
Control
a sprinkler
shirt?
fitter?
There
Yeah.
it
Do you
is.
want to be a sprinkler
Representing.
That's what I was saying. We're hearing about them on the news. They're having some pay problems or something.
I am not allowed to comment on that. I have to tell you to go to our media team.
Oh, all right. Okay, we can just pass
I
right
think
over that. We don't want
I
to get
think
you in
that's a
trouble.
good move.
You
Yeah.
are. We're gonna move right on from that. And you guys want to Google it if you got any other questions. Anybody else wants to come on? Send me your email. You're more than welcome. Let me keep this thing open in case someone joins. I did send
Tommy,
out
what are
like
you working
10,
on right
10
now?
emails.
Actually, I talked to Bobby about it the other day. I've got a jockey pump that just will not stop running. I put a brand new jockey pump in because it burned out the last one. Most of the inspectors test, I know for a fact, aren't leaking. I'm leaning towards underground, but Bobby said pressure relief, so I'm checking all the pressure reliefs tomorrow.
Check the check valves, the suction discharge check valves for the jockey pump.
I was just gonna say that one, Brian. Because
I just
I have
installed
two
the pump,
buildings.
so I cleaned everything out as far as check valves on the line.
You might have to replace it. Replace the check valves.
Mhm.
How big is the pump actually? The jockey pump.
What, like
2
120?
horsepower.
2?
Yep.
I'm just
It's a
saying that
company
because
with
maybe
a 1,000 gallon per minute pump, so I mean, a decent size.
I'm just saying because the pump could be maybe too small, and that's why it's running nonstop.
Yeah, what I did is I actually gauged the underground going to the building, and I'm getting a 2 pound loss every 15 minutes.
Although, yeah, the pressure's got to go somewhere. I guess it doesn't matter the pump size. Once it's up to pressure, it's up to pressure. If it's
But
running,
check valves
if it's running, it's losing.
will bring that up.
This is
So
how
I
Brian.
bring
This is how
the
Brian
reason
and
why
I
I bring
met.
that up that's how me and Bobby met.
Jinx.
I was having trouble. I sent two technicians out to this hotel, and they were like, "I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out." Get a call from the hotel manager. It was like, "Hey, man, you sent two guys out here and sent me bills, and nothing's fixed." So I told him, I was like, "All right, I'm on my way."
And Big Brian's like, all right, I got this guy on Instagram. I'm gonna call. Who'd you call, Bri?
I called you. I called American Fire Pump, just getting ideas. I already isolated the
I'm
building,
like,
put the
Brian,
gauges on here, like I've done
yeah,
all the
fire
things,
protection's calling me. The hell's
and
this
then
guy?
I ended up swapping out the check valves just to give it a shot, and it ended up being the discharge side check valve for the jockey pump.
Discharge side. Hmm.
That's what it ended up
So,
being. So that's what brought us together. That's our love story.
That's it. I'm like, who's this guy
so, Bri-
calling me? I don't know the answer to this question.
so Brian, you're going to start growing a mustache from November coming
Oh
up.
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
Come
should do it,
on,
Bri.
come
no!
on,
I
it's
Then
got
you and you
November.
can put it over your lips like this because you love it.
no, I got a handsome face. I like to show it.
Yeah.
Why'd you take the glasses off? You don't bless people with the glasses while we're live. I just get it in the beginning.
No, because the ring light. I just have two like.
Really, the glasses really do make you look smarter. Like I would buy a contract from you if you had those on. I think versus not having them on.
When I sold cars back in the day, I would always wear glasses
Really?
every day.
Did it
Every
help?
day.
Did it help?
Oh yeah.
What are you, Superman? That you have to wear your glasses and not
No,
glasses
no, I
on?
just look more
Hide your
trustworthy,
identity.
How often did you say the jockey was running?
So
He said
it's
it nonstop.
running just about every 45 minutes.
Huh.
2 pounds of pressure loss every 15 minutes from somewhere between the underground and the building.
Is there a fire pump with it?
Yep,
How many fire pumps, if you don't mind me asking?
just the one, and it
Just the one.
doesn't go low enough to kick that pump on. So it's a minor leak, but it's a
Still,
leak.
and they get bigger and bigger. If it's underground leak, it's getting bigger by the day because
Oh yeah.
it's just squirting under there. Yo, what up, Corlin? Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. We appreciate you guys. If you want to share it, if you want to copy the link and share it to your Instagram, then that gets you extra bonus points. Being like a super fan. 570 subscribers is crazy.
My Red Wings are pretty sweet, Bobby.
Yeah, those things look great.
They're my tapping shoes. Everyone's calling them my tapping shoes.
I'd be
Tapping
I'd be
shoes?
nervous to get them dirt.
Shiny.
I'd be nervous to get them dirty. The things are shiny.
Yep.
Did you have to add the thing on the toe, or it comes like that?
No, I had to add it.
What do they do? Dip it?
Yeah, they dip it.
That's
So
like
it's
that's
tough.
like for guys that are always kneeling, though, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Ask Brian. He probably has a pair of those.
I don't know.
For all the
I
bales
never
he
had
gets.
Keens, but I thought they were too heavy.
No, he's wearing Red Wings, right?
Yeah,
Big-
I'm wearing
No,
Red
Like
Wings.
I wear
special Red Wings.
Thoroughgoods and then Brunts.
No, yeah, no, we're talking about Daryl's new boots he got.
Yeah. But I never done. Oh, so you got Red Wings, not I
Oh
was
yeah.
when you were saying the thing on the front, I was thinking about what are those hiking Keens? I was
Keens.
thinking that you got a pair of
Oh yeah.
Keens.
Oh yeah, we got to check in with the guy that got the Keens and see how those are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
I always
should.
now
The hell
they're
was his
nice
name?
boots. They're sweet boots, but I just felt like they were like too tough, like too rigid and a little heavy. My go-to during inspections was Merrill's what are they?
I thought your
Merrill's Moab
go.
2s, huh?
I thought your go-ahead ones were your sandals.
Those are on special occasions. Yeah, if you call me at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and I'm at a freaking hotel and flip-flops is what I have, then
Oh
I'm coming in
shit.
flip-flops.
Florencio, you want to come on?
I
Send
had
me
to
your
say it.
email, dog. I'll get you right in here.
Dude.
They were
Man,
nice
my
steel
wife
toe
is a
boots.
trooper though. We were at
A
we
like
were
for
doing like
Tommy.
a date weekend. We were gonna go to the winery and I was at a hotel and she was at the
I
hotel.
don't want to hear your excuses.
Bro,
Other day, I pulled
bro,
up to
I
the
got the
Zephyr
call and I
Palace.
told her, I was like, listen, my guy, he's tired. He's been running since 5 a.m. He hasn't been home. I gotta go. And she's like, what?
Does inspections in
Like
Crocs.
like so it's a date weekend. We're at a hotel. I was like, I know I gotta go. I gotta go.
It protects the
So
toe
she
cap and
came.
it's used for kicking things.
But I'm not wearing
Okay.
like dress clothes, and getting those messed up.
Other day, I
flip-flop
pulled up.
shorts,
I pulled up
t-shirt.
to a job for a pump test. I arrived and the whole fire department was out front of the building. Apparently, the transformer had just blown and the fire pump caught fire. Damn! Where's the pictures, Mick?
Whoa.
Hit me with some pictures
I
in my
want to see some
DMs.
videos.
Yeah, where's the videos? Why are you guys not videoing this stuff? Guys, I was just voted as my period class president for AFSA. Really, Florencio?
Oh, that's awesome.
As my class president for AFSA?
So what all
Woo!
does that mean? I mean, that sounds like
I don't know
something
what
you
that
put on
means,
a
but
resume.
let me where's the damn, I gotta get better at this thing. Oh, that wasn't the one I was looking for.
You would think you would get the hang of it by now.
I said
Was this
do
like
good,
87?
do
Where
good,
were we
do
at?
good. Crickets, huh?
Where are we at? Episode 87?
This is episode 85, Q&A.
Do you have a special episode for episode 100?
What did we talk about?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have my dad back on.
I have a like a fire pump guy at work I want to get on, and maybe Will's lacrosse, and we can have them the professionals do a duel.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Like the two top-notch fire pump guys, and we'll just get them talking.
Yeah, and then another episode
But you
that's
got to let
coming
them
up.
talk, all right? Don't be telling us your stories. Let them do the storytelling.
Another episode I'm excited about is Ashley Klein. She's on Come On. So I don't know if y'all know her, but over in the Southeast, she's like the OG recruiter for fire protection. She's no longer in fire protection, but she did hook us up with fireprotectionjobs.com. With Bob's the CEO and president of that. So if anybody's looking for something after that, we'll hook you up with them. But Ashley Klein will come on, and she's so big in the industry, or was in the industry with fire protection, that like me and my dad would joke around. Like if someone gave us a crappy job, me and my dad were like, "We're calling Ashley Klein." Like everybody called her.
That's
So
awesome.
she's gonna come on,
And
man, and share her insight on getting new
that's on the 5th,
jobs.
right?
Well,
Oh no.
no, because
Yeah, it's on the 5th, and we're gonna do it early. Oh no.
we
Forget.
can't. So
Forget what
I
we're
pick
doing.
up Sarah from the airport
Oh
on
no, we're
and
doing. We
then I
moved that
gotta
to Wednesday.
yeah, then I got a Zool coffee thing, and then I gotta drive, get my boys. We're going deep sea fishing on Friday, so I'm not gonna be able
So Ashley Klein
to.
is Wednesday. I'm trying to lock it down
Well,
and tell
no,
the people.
I asked her about Wednesday, and she said that she's gonna be packing for her vacation. So
Oh, okay. So we're
yeah, we're
to
just gonna have to reschedule it. And I believe, aren't you working? You're
to
working nights on that Thursday,
be
right?
determined. Yeah. So Thursday, I'll fly to Florida Friday morning. My flight leaves at 6 a.m. I'm working Thursday night. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave Boston and fly home to get my family to fly back to Boston to actually fly to Florida. But I gotta do a Thursday night shutdown again. The hospitals are popping off right now.
Hmm.
A lot of thing with hospitals is they operate off of donations, and the donations get released at the end of the year. So once all the hospitals start picking up, you know that that's they just got their donations. But we also have a lot of jobs where like the contracts are all starting right now. I'm taking a big pipe delivery on 2 jobs tomorrow at one of our hospitals. And that place, you can't drill shields.
Really?
You cannot drill shields during the daytime. So if you have to put up one hanger, it has to be night. So that like puts the whole job at night because every piece needs a hanger.
DX.
What is it?
This is a quick shot of DX.
What is it?
A quick shot.
Oh yeah, I use that for 1 inch and tight spots, but anything bigger than 1 inch, I drill it. We've been using those concrete Sammy things.
Yeah.
I love those. With the little bit, the teeny little bit. Yeah. Jefferson says, shh. What's different things do your companies use for trying to attract fitters when busy? We can always get fitters.
We can't, man. It's really a struggle in Atlanta because majority of it is private companies, and it's really hard to get
Well, the private
quality
companies usually give
employees
sign-on bonuses, right? Is that a thing?
if they need it bad enough.
Yeah.
But a lot of companies don't pay, so the people who do pay, they keep them, and then the other ones don't.
Right.
Well, it's hard to find a skilled sprinkler fitter with especially a background in all different kinds of stuff like fire pumps, inspections, and fire hydrants,
Oh,
and
what up, Mick?
I also want someone with a good attitude,
oh yeah, totally.
and believe it or not, that's hard to find.
Well,
Someone who's clean
Oh,
cut
so Buddy
and
was
has good attitude.
Buddy was showing up. In 1 hour, he was going to be doing a fire pump test, and he got stuck in traffic. And when he showed up, the fire department was there, and the thing was on fire. So
Whoa.
he's saying like,
Well,
thank goodness for the traffic that day.
yeah, that would have sucked.
Damn, buddy, you would have
Even
got
that
blamed for
casing
that
looks
thing,
toasted.
huh? You just doing a
That
fire
casing
pump
even looks
test? It's
toasted.
fucking
Oh, that's
crazy. Thing
rough.
just catches on
Hasn't been
fire.
like an electrical fire.
That means
I
I
would
gotta set an
imagine.
example. I can't use my phone. Keep up the good show. Oh, Florencio, I got you. Florencio is now. If you guys are gonna talk to him, we're gonna call him Presidente, and that's the air horn I was looking for right there, baby. I'm gonna start doing better with this soundboard. There's like 5 different pages, and there's a lot of buttons to click. So
I got a job that I'm a little nervous about, but there's
work
no other
visa.
way to do it. So it's a 6-inch pipe and not really a vault, but like a hole. It goes down like 4 feet. And then it has 6-inch pipe that's close to the ground, and then it's connected to a rusted out non-rising stem valve. So we got to cut that out, put two flange connectors, and then put it in the OS and Y. The thing is, my problem is it's right up against the concrete wall, and then it's close to the ground. So I'm just thinking about the logistics
The
and
flange
cutting that
connector is not
out.
gonna fit if it's close. If it's too close.
like Brian, you shouldn't be doing these kind of dangerous jobs that
Yeah,
you're thinking about.
yeah.
Sandals.
We need you.
No,
You're
but
easy.
like that has to get done. Has to get done.
You cut
Fire
the.
marshal's involved. I went to court twice with this customer.
You
Like
gotta
this is
bring new underground in, right? Bring a new underground in with a flange piece.
so then you would have to end up digging out the yard, the underground, pouring another hole.
Mm.
So I mean the job itself is already like it's already like 11.5. If I had to dig all that out, I mean you're talking about tripling it.
What do we got? Where do I send my resume and work visa? This is a question I've gotten now probably a half a dozen times. Is like people want to come to America to do sprinklers and they want to know how. And I have no idea what to
So I
tell
have
them.
some insight on that. Um,
Melissa,
so
what's
this
going
is how
on?
you will get a, let's say it's a F1 or F2 visa, but how you get that because it's really hard in your country to get that issued wherever you are. So what you'll have to do is get an employer to sponsor you. So this employer, so it's around for 5 years, you'll be at that employer, or three to five. You'll be with that employer and they'll sponsor you. The employer will be um the output. Let's see, they would have to put down, I think, around like $20,000. And you would need to be there for 3 to 5 years, and then you can get your citizenship that way. But you would have to be with that employer, and then that employer would have to take
Sounds like you got to be
basically your
really good.
word that you're a great fitter and you're gonna be there, and everything's gonna be great. When you come here too, you're gonna have to be able to. Let's say it takes about 2 months to if you get a work permit and you get sponsored, it'll take about 2 months for you to kind of get all your credentials where you're able to purchase a vehicle, which you won't have any credit. You need to come with some money. You
Write
need to
that
come
down,
with some
Corlin.
money.
Let us know when you get here. Tell us where you're going.
But if you
Right.
need some help, I do not know any companies that do that. I won't be able to help you out with that. But if you find one and you wanted some guidance, I think I could be able to
Yeah,
guide
find
you.
a company that might do it, and we'll call them up for you. So Ryan's saying to cut it with a sawzall and toss a 6-inch roustabout, kid.
Yeah, I was thinking about like in-air groover.
Yeah, but you said it's tight
And
to the ground, didn't you? Or
it
is it not?
is. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about how it
You need
is.
a good like 10 inches to spin a groover, maybe even more.
I don't have it.
So how are you gonna get the flange connector? Like you're talking like a mega lug type deal?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go by Ferguson and see. I was trying to look up a picture. I mean, it is.
Do a split flange. Yeah, but to do a split flange, he's got to groove it.
Yeah.
I would be coming from Canada, so all our sprinkler school goes over hydrants, fire pumps, etc. I think if you're coming from any country to the United States, Canada would probably be the easiest. Well,
Canada is probably the easiest
besides
for
Mexico.
sure.
Mexico's
Yeah.
probably the easiest way to come in.
Yeah, Canada's pretty awesome like that.
Fly down to Mexico and just walk right in. All right. If you come in any other way, it's gonna take you a long whiles. Yeah. So I wish you had pictures of this thing.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking.
Oh yeah, scrolling through all them videos, you influencer.
Look at that.
What is it? Hold it better. It's not focusing. Maybe it's just a crappy picture. What is it, dude?
It's That's exactly what I told you it
Are
is.
you on Google? He's like, he Googled pipe in ground.
This might be better. Is that better?
You ain't doing shit with that, dude. You need new underground. Unless you save, what is it? Is it a thread or a groove down there? You got to save that.
It's grooved. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
I've took measurements and
Send it to me
everything.
so I can hold it up and the people can actually see it. I want to know what's the center line off the ground of that thing. It looks like it's close. You're not going to be able
Oh
to get
no,
a
it's
groover.
it's super close.
So you could jackhammer the
Can you
bottom
weld
of the pit. Jackhammer the bottom of the pit so you could spin a groover, but if it's old rusty, it's gonna crack. You only got like a couple tries to groove that thing before you're into the foundation and digging it up.
How thick is it? The piping? Can you weld it?
I mean, it's probably
Wow.
scheduled. You know,
Oh, 4 pictures.
yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're screwed. 30 inches, 30 and a quarter inches. What does that mean?
Oh, that's the length.
11 inches.
That's the measurement of the hole.
Oh,
Like,
oh. Wow.
The only way I can think of is two options. Either you take it all out, like Bobby said, or maybe weld it if it's thick enough. Because
That
you're
thing,
not going to groover it.
that thing, see how I can hold it and like people can see it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
it's my camera. And
Yeah,
not,
you'll learn someday. That thing is on the ground, dude. You got to get someone down there digging, and then if they can't dig, they're gonna have to jackhammer that. Looks like it's a flange piece to me. I would just try to reconnect to that flange, no? Oh, but you gotta.
no, it's gone. Like, but you would torch off the bolts and then
Yeah, I would saws all the bolts. I would saws all the nuts off and get all them off, and then I would try to slide that valve out and hopefully get another one that's the same size. But first, I would have an apprentice clean out all that mud.
What I would do with that one is probably suggest another company come in.
Give it back. Return the bid. Oh, it's down that little hole too. How did you find this? Is this like one of those $750 ones?
no, this is the total that I've made this year off of this property is over 100 grand.
Are those your boots down in the hole?
Yeah,
Damn, you actually went out there, huh?
yeah, man.
What kind of
I
tape
get
measure
out
you got? A
there.
Milwaukee?
I think it's in Milwaukee. Yeah,
Looks like brand new. What do you guys think? This is the first time he's ever taken a measure with it.
super clean, man.
Look at that thing. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I know about you with them clean tape measures. I know about your kind.
I'm over here looking like a GC.
Oh, that seems like a shit show. I want a time lapse. Tripod, time lapse, looking down in the hole for that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna record it, make it real, probably put it on maybe
No, take a big time lapse,
YouTube,
send it to me so I can
Instagram.
make something good with it.
Um, y'all had me thinking. And I was kind of thinking about this, about telling the customer, "Hey, we're gonna do everything we can to do this," but these are the possible issues that we could come across that we won't be able to just fix it with the hole. And if we can't, then we need to reevaluate.
It seems like a great spot to just get like a mini excavator, dig out each side of the pit, and get a rescue saw down there and give them a whole new chingus. Put some shoring so it doesn't collapse on you.
Yeah, if it got to that, I'd probably sub it.
Yeah, well, I'm not telling you to run like to do the excavation, but I think
Yeah.
you're definitely gonna have to dig that up. There's no doubt. I think sitting in the mud. All right, what do we got in the comments here? Thanks for the advice from Corlin. You're welcome anytime. You can't reuse the old flange. See, that's what I'm saying, Ryan. Ryan knows. I want to reuse the old flange. So when you measured 11, that's flange to flange,
It's flange to flange.
can you get
But
up? Is that the same exact size as a new OS and Y?
I'm not sure. My whole idea was to get the width so I can get another valve the same width when we cut it, or at least close, so I'm not cutting too much out.
I would keep both of them flanges and try to just slip that valve out and put a new valve in there.
That flange is in rough shape.
Probably schedule 80, schedule 40. It's got some life left.
Thing's rough. I just need a new valve in so we can get pressure back to the building. Because the valve that's already in there, it only turns, I want to say 7 times. That's all.
The envy shy. I'm a journeyman plumber, and Bobby, you really intrigued me with this fire suppression lifestyle. Keep grinding, brothers. Tuning in from Florida, still doing 24/7 commercial service. Let's go. We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, thank you so
Do you want to
much.
come on the show? Talk to a journeyman plumber. Journeyman plumber, chick. Come on. Wayne Harris, no metric. Metric? Was it metric? Hold
No,
on, let me see
I don't
this.
know. I mean,
You guys
what,
measure?
my tape measure?
No metric? That's not metric. I don't
What are
know.
you talking
Wayne
about?
said no metric. I like the Stanley magnetic tape over the Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what's going on, Corlin.
but the Stanley,
That's a sales guy taking those pictures, all right? A Stanley Fat Max
but
is like I've been using for 10 years now. Like I won't shy away from it. The 25-foot Fat Max with the magnet on it.
I can't find the magnet anymore on the Stanleys.
Yeah, they
I'll
like
probably
hide
get
it.
off Amazon.
They hide it at Home Depot. There'll be 40 tape measures, and there's just one little sleeve of the ones with the magnets.
Yeah, like they're disappearing.
And then what they
I
do
don't
is
know why.
what they do is they clip the magnet off of the magnetic tape, and it clips onto any other Fat Max, and so they clip it onto the non-magnetic one to save like $2. So then you go get a magnet one that doesn't have a magnet.
Yeah.
But I have ones with magnets and ones without, because if I'm working in a full job that's all aluminum studs, I'll lose my mind if I keep on like getting stuck to the stud when I'm trying to measure something. Every time you go to measure, it's like zoom, it sticks to the fucking stud.
After
Yeah.
knowing you, I know you just lose your mind.
No, yeah.
I would love to be there
Stay
just to
by to
watch
the,
you
stay
freak
by
out.
to the tape measure. I think the times in the vehicle alone with, when I'm running on fumes and there's just like a fucking Prius in front of me that just won't go. They won't move. Some people
I'm
just
sure you're
they
stressed. We talked about this with your road rage. I feel like your stress level is just through the
No, I'm
roof.
not stressed ever. I don't like that word. I don't feel stress. I
So what
People
do
feel
you
don't turn
feel?
right
Just
on Reddit because it ruins Bobby's
I
day.
feel road rage. I don't feel stress. I feel like why do people go 4 miles an hour under the speed limit? Like what is wrong? Everybody that I drive, you go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, you're not going to get pulled over. I feel like that's like the national average. You can go 10 over, and a cop's generally not going to screw with you. So why aren't we all just going like 10 over? You know?
uh, sometimes we will.
Dark in here.
Yeah. Look at Daryl. He just realized it's dark. Hey, it's pretty dark in here. Take the valve apart and rebuild it, Bry. You got to have an old school
Oh
boy down
yeah,
there that's
that's
pulled a
that's
couple
possible.
bonnets before. Stanley Fat Max is the greatest tape measure ever. It sure is. I lifted an 18-inch aluminum out of like a 19-foot wall shaft with my tape measure just
Really?
by grabbing the top jaw and bringing it up ever so gently. I dropped it like 10 times, but I was able to end up getting it.
Whoa.
I didn't get paid to lie. I'm a third-year apprentice. Just had to grab your attention. Oh.
After
I
this
would have read
week,
your comment.
after this week, I'm sure my guys will tell you that I need a tape measure. So my embarrassing story of the week, Monday, we're going to do a control valve, alarm valve with all the trim, retard chamber, water motor gone. We get in there, start draining it down. This is after I've arranged an escort because it's in the criminally insane gym portion.
Uh-oh.
Get in there, start draining it down. Escort standing there watching us. I had to look at him and say, we could stop draining now. That's a 6-inch, or that's an 8-inch. I ordered all 6-inch parts.
No.
Yep.
Man, that's a sick in the
Oh,
stomach.
shit. Damn,
It was
that's
my own
something you
fault.
don't
I
want
was
to
so
admit
dumb.
too. You're just looking at it. That sucks.
They asked me through email. They're like, "That was 6-inch, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's 6-inch." Instead of getting off my ass and walking down and looking at it, yeah, it was 8-inch.
Woo!
Oh
Man,
man.
that 6-inch stock isn't cheap, you know.
No,
Hopefully they had it on. Hopefully your shop had it on the shelf and they could just put it back on the shelf and they didn't have to order thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
I did redeem myself a little bit. I'm like, "Yo, that 6-inch OSNY, we could use it.
Yeah,
Another job."
another
So
job.
So the Johnson Controls, where you are, do they have a fab shop?
nope, not my particular branch. So
Okay.
my branch is a little slow as far as sprinkler. They don't do installs. We do service. Any major service, we would push on to a subcontractor. We only have 2 fitters and an apprentice.
So is
Okay.
Johnson Controls before Johnson Controls was it Grinnell?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because I worked for Grinnell, and then I worked for Simplex Grinnell,
What's
and
up,
then I
Chris?
worked for Tyco, and then I worked for Johnson Controls.
Yep.
Thanks for
So
joining
yeah,
us, Chris.
I was with that. I worked for that company for 5 years.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Hey, said, do you think? Chandler says, do you think about cutting a sleeve and adding a MJ flange?
The
Chris
MJ flange?
says, I finally got some time to watch the show. How's everyone doing? We are doing great. Thank you for watching the show.
Are you?
Fitter
Are you
says,
already?
not a rigid 915. It's a flatter surface. It makes in air easier, and you're not going to be able to weld underground like that.
That is
I'm
true.
just,
Did you
It's
say Fire Sprinkler Podcast Chris is watching?
no, I think
Oh,
that's a
I loved
different.
his comment today with the manual impact.
Oh, I know. We were just talking about that. Poor Nick. Poor. I mean, at least he gets his answers. We were saying, imagine asking that question on like a on a Facebook page.
Oh, they
Oh
would
God.
destroy him.
Nick says I can't fit my impact, and Chris Logan says try the manual one. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, we were laughing about that. Mick says it's like drilling a hole for a 4x2 mechanical tee, then realizing you drilled the hole for a 3.5. Yeah, yeah. Well, double check those. You got to double check those. I'm pretty good at pipe identifying if I can see it. Pride myself on my pipe identification. Like we went in, the super's like, you got to move all this 4-inch stuff, and I was like, should I order the stock or should I just go verify? And like I walk in, I can see it. I'm like, that's definitely 3-inch. No,
well,
no,
like
no, it's 4-inch. This one. I'm like, yeah, the 3-inch one that's right there. Yep, that's 3-inch.
it's kind of funny. Like I had an apprentice one day. He goes, "How do you know what that pipe was 1.5 inches?" And I go, "Well, I can easily hold it with my hand and know what size it is with my hand with the
Yeah.
different sizes. Like obviously like 1 inch, and then if you go
Is
with your middle
yeah,
finger, it's
one
inch
inch
and
is
a half.
over. Touching the tip is 1.5. And then
Yeah,
2 inches widely.
I can just
you'll
look.
never
I
get
can
your
look at
hand
it.
around to
I
it.
don't have to touch it. I can just look at it. Send me a picture. I'll tell you what size it is.
Even like grooving, like I can literally feel it with my fingers grooving, and I know it's the perfect groove before I even need to get out a groove tape and test it with a groove tape.
Man, when I was in the field, I didn't even know what a groove tape was.
For so many years, I never knew
When I
there was
was
such a thing.
when I was apprentice, I have no idea. No idea. Never
Not
even seen
not
one
until I
until I
got in
linked
the
up with Bobby and he
until
said groove tape. I was like, what are you talking about?
I got in the union and they gave me and then like I thought it was like I thought this was gonna be a joke. Like they were like pranking the new guy. They gave me this little check your groove, kid. Luckily it was perfect. So I've been making perfect grooves all along. But then for like a year strictly, I had my own groove tape and I checked every single one. And then you build the confidence to not have to use it.
So I still haven't used one. So does it measure the width or the depth or what?
Yeah, it goes into the groove. I'll take a video of it. It go into the groove. So we have shop guys. We have an in-house fab shop. They measure every single groove. They make it absolutely perfect, dead center, and it has all the different sizes. The one groove tape will measure any size, and you put it inside the groove. It will tell you if it's too deep or if it's too shallow.
I use it a lot for honestly for 1.25 inch, because I damn well don't want the friggin' pipe caught on the groover.
Yeah, you'd only do that once. For anyone that doesn't
Yeah,
know what
you
he's
only
talking
do it
about,
once.
if you try to groove an 1.25 inch piece and you go just a touch too deep, the pipe is now stuck in the groover. The grooves are now grooved itself into the groove, and you won't be able to get it off. And you better cut it off gently with the sawzall before your foreman finds you.
Or a grinder.
Yeah, or the grinder. When it comes
Been
down
there,
to
done
insurance
that.
claims, they make a difference.
Oh, for sure.
Measure the depth of the groove by measuring the diameter of the groove. Yep. Yeah, so when we do MIT jobs or Harvard jobs, they have they have fire protection professionals that you go on coffee and they'll measure your grooves. They'll inspect your groover, like they know the calculations. They'll be measuring the main and like doing the calculations in their head and let you know that you reduced one piece too soon or something. They're they really make you just be better because they'll catch every little mistake and then you won't make those mistakes anymore. But I'll never forget coming back and there was just like a crowd of people around checking our grooves. They all had a groove tape,
Wow.
Now, do
like
you
office
do
people.
you use a 1 inch groover locks, Bobby, or no?
And I was just introduced to that recently,
Okay.
and only the Victaulic one, that I believe only is compatible with the what is it, the 108, 109, Bry?
109, I think it is.
Yeah, it's the 109.
And so that particular Victaulic groover is only compatible with the Victaulic coupling.
Oh,
So
you can't use any other kind of coupling, only Victaulic.
if
I'd
if you
rather use just the.
Yeah, so they have the 1 inch particular groove is a Victaulic specific groove. It only works with their couplings. But they make other groovers where you can use other 1 inch and it makes like a regular looking groove. This makes a different looking groove.
I don't know if I like the 1 inch groove couplings with the 1 bolt. I don't like the 1 bolt couplings.
I just don't know how much I trust that washer.
Exactly.
But
I just don't like it.
it's like anything though. If it's new, if it's something that's new, we're not used to it. We're not used to seeing that big washer. But I don't know.
Especially if someone says something bad about it. People take a lot of weight in bucket talk.
They really do. But when you're putting those hoses on, those flex hoses, and it's just like boom, goes right onto a
Mm,
1 inch grooved outlet. It's fast. It is so
man, it's
fast.
so fast.
There's nothing faster.
I like to just get a 1 inch groover just to have it.
It goes on. It actually has its own carriage. It goes on. It has its own carriage with a cutter and a reamer, and it goes in forward. So that you put the pipe actually in the machine, and then you close the carriage onto it. The pipe goes, and then you put with the machine running in forward. You just tap the button, and you can hear the
Yeah,
machine
and it
working,
grooves
and
it.
then it automatically does it. It's like dummy proof. Makes a
Now,
perfect groove every time.
can you use your drill on it? Just like you use your
I don't
groovers?
know, cause you have to cause the groover's stationary. No, you wouldn't be able to,
No.
cause the
Okay.
pipe spins
Yeah.
where you need the groover to spin. Yo, Paul, what
Mm.
up? What do we got? We have 3 engineers that work for my company that walk all the sites to make sure we are still within all hydraulic calculations. So that's good. I learned the hard way on a service call when the company I was with tried to cheap out and get an off-brand 1 inch coupling to replace a Victaulic one. Won't work. It won't work.
Yeah. Like I hate sure joint.
We were talking about
I
you,
don't know.
Paul. Sure joint?
Yeah, if you ever heard of sure joint,
I don't know if I've ever heard of sure joint.
it's a cheap Victaulic coupling. It looks like a Victaulic coupling, but it's like a sure joint they call it,
Hmm.
and
So
it's just garbage.
so how do you, like we got tell me guys how you're testing the chemical systems. So I just put in my first ever Novak 1230. I'm sure you guys seen, which is like
Yeah, I seen it today.
is that antigen? Is that like antigen?
Well,
Is it?
the
It's
way
like Halon, right? We don't use Halon anymore, but it's the
no,
same. It's the same idea as Halon.
correct.
So how are you testing those tanks?
You weigh it.
You weigh it.
You weigh it.
It's fucking 320 pounds. How are you gonna weigh it? I bolted it to the wall, and now it's got a whole system on it. So you're gonna disconnect it, unbolt it from the wall, and weigh it.
Yes, you have to weigh it I think it's every 3 years you have to weigh it to make sure.
Holy Nikes, that sounds crazy. So you never like test the gas or replace the gas.
No, it stays in there, and you would just weigh it.
Huh. My first Google search that came up from Novec 1230 was that in the year 2025 it will no longer be produced. And I know when they did that to Halon, the price of a full Halon tank skyrocketed. Like if you find a Halon tank to this day and it's full, there's someone that will pay big money for that thing. I'm talking big money, like a brand new truck. Big money for that Halon because they don't make it and they have to replace their whole system if their tank ever empties or activates or whatever. So that's probably going to happen with this Novec stuff. If they stop making it, it's going to go up in value. But the question is, why are they stop making it?
I'm not sure. I'm
It's
not
like a
sure why.
gas that sucks the oxygen out. So I read all the paperwork and it says that it's non-toxic, unless it's super concentrated and you're like stuck in there. But
But I was always told too, if you're stuck in the room, you die.
you suffocate. You'd suffocate. They say the first thing to do is to go to the floor. Most oxygen will be on the floor if there's any left. But you need to evacuate the room immediately.
If you can make it.
But it's still a process. Like when the truck pulls up and you see that big tall tank on there and it's 320 something pounds, it's on a pallet, and you got to get it up the handicap ramp and then down the elevator and into the room and off of the pallet. That whole thing is like that's pretty tense. That's a pretty tense moment because I'm like, I don't know, is this fucking thing gonna pop off on you?
Now,
Yeah.
did you have it on its side at any time?
No.
Yeah, because that is the thing now too. You cannot have it. You cannot hook it up if you have it on its side
Yep.
and then you tip it upwards and then hook it up. You can't do that.
Hmm.
You have to physically set it upwards and then leave it for 24 hours and then hook it up. Because if you turn it on its side, you frig up the chemical inside of it.
Yeah. It said like 12 times not to put it on its side.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah. It was bolted. It was like strapped to the pallet too. So that was like the safest way.
well, but every
It's the
time I
same
had
with
to test a Novik system was weighing it.
So you bring a scale.
Kind of like a fire extinguisher.
How are you weighing it?
Weigh a fire
On like a
extinguisher.
scale on the ground, and you're putting the tank on the scale type deal.
Well, I seen two options, and this is up north. Is that they actually have a machine that you hook up to a beam, and then
Oh,
you
you lift it
joist it all up,
like
and then it weighs it.
like you're weighing a fish.
Correct. Same
Okay.
way. Or the other way is actually like a scale.
That seems crazy. I'm glad that I'm just putting it in. You guys can go inspect it, have fun. NFPA
Yeah.
2001 is the standard that has everything. You're right, and that's what on the paperwork that's what it said. It said that it kept on saying something about two tanks, and I'm like, I think we're missing a tank. But then it said that if the one tank satisfies NFPA 2001, and blah blah blah, it was all these different. There was a lot of different like piping rules, and one of them particularly said that dope or tape. And
Yeah, just use
and
both.
yeah, it said dope or tape. It also said that we had to have a compressor, and every piece of pipe we put in, you got to blow it out. It says you got to blow out any dirt, any burrs. You have to wipe the inside of the pipe clean of any oil. There were all these little things that went with it, and one of them, like out of a 5-part thing, it said to use dope or tape. And I went back to Colton's video, the Viking pipe fitter, where pipe dope by itself does nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Pipe dope by itself is probably the worst thing you could ever do. So I went with Teflon. I Tefloned it up, kid. Teflon
You
only.
put the pink?
I went against the grain. Nah, no pink. I gotta save the
Mm.
pink. I told you that.
Now,
Gotta get Daryl to send me a case of pink.
you want pink tape?
Well, not no other
Pink tape
not
is legit. Ain't
art
that
Arco
Arco pink tape?
Arco Daryl, not you Daryl.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, the
okay.
Arco pink tape is where it's at.
I never knew anybody named Daryl, and now I know two of them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Some tanks have fill level indicators, so you don't have to wait. Yeah, so this one, just like a fire extinguisher, it says, that it's does it say fully charged or fully pressurized? It's got like yellow, green, and red over pressurized and under. I've heard of nitrogen, argon, carbon dioxide being used for clean agent systems. Yeah, this is
A
crazy.
disclaimer, I know nothing about suppression, but a lot of them have the tape that you pull out like a measuring tape and will tell you how high the solution is in there, or the gas.
Oh,
I've watched the guys pull the tape out, and when it stops, that's the fill level.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's
and
good to know.
so you're allowed to do it that way, but after a certain length of time, you have to weigh it as well. So so you can use the tape for like 3 years straight, and then on the third year you have to weigh it to make sure
Oh,
that
just
tape
like
is accurate.
hydrants and fire pumps with flow meters.
I'm gonna read that 2001 and learn all about this now because I'm mad that I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, oh my
you
God.
can look everything up with NFPA link.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to start using it. I always thought I had NFPA link, but we have
You're being
NFPA.
way too loud.
We just have NFPA online through the local where I can get any book, but it's not as fast as the link.
Yeah, so just for everybody listening, Dope and Tape is
God,
getting
so
access to
loud.
the link.
Sorry,
We're
guys.
gonna have link on the show for a quick reference. NFPA called me twice. I imagine for that, and I just could not hear him. So I tried calling him back, and it was just a general number, and I had no idea who to ask for. So if NFPA, if you're listening, call me back.
Yeah,
I answer.
it probably was Sean. Probably just call Sean.
No, I messaged Sean, and he said it was probably someone else.
Yeah,
So
they were probably like, yeah, you got to stop doing what you're doing. You're not doing it right. That's why they were trying to call you.
yeah.
Hey, boys, I gotta let you go.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on, but I
Well,
gotta put
it's
my old one to
10:03,
bed.
Yeah, it's
so
10:03. We're gonna end
we'll
it
say
anyway.
you come on.
Thank you for joining us. Go do your
Thank
thing,
you so
Daryl.
much.
Thanks,
I know
man.
it was
Hey,
last minute.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming
anytime
on.
to help you guys out, support you guys.
Awesome. Have a good night, Daryl.
Thanks, boys. Peace.
Hey, thank you, Tommy.
Yep, have a good one, guys.
Thank you to everybody else watching. Thank you for the 11 likes. That's awesome. Make sure you subscribe, share the video, invite your friends, tell your friends about us. And
Hey, you guys can stay on longer. I just have to leave.
yeah, go ahead. Peace out. We said bye to you already.
Yeah.
What are you still doing here, Daryl?
Later, boys.
Bye again. Great content, boys. Thanks, Mick. Appreciate it. I think he knows
I
doesn't
haven't
know how.
seen Bobby do it yet, so I'll do it.
What?
You guys, if you want some dope and tape stuff, right at the top.
Yeah.
It only works when you're up here, though, Tom. Over here. Dope dash and dash tape, and you can get this hat. There's other hats you can get. Come on, support the cause. Tell everybody about us.
It's a movement.
It is a movement.
Support the
It's
movement.
crazy. I remember when we first started, people were like, "You're gonna talk about work?" I'm like, yeah, we are gonna talk about
Yeah.
work. As a matter
Yeah.
of
Dude,
fact.
I got the weirdest answers. And like where they're like, what? I was like, yeah, podcast. And you're like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Working night shift
Okay.
at the potato company. Good shit, Corlin. Keep us updated on you coming to the United States.
Can we do a whole episode on Bobby's haters too? Just
Dude,
put all their comments up there.
they're coming in like there's a couple videos that and it's true, it is very true that when haters start popping off on a video, the video goes viral. So like an older video that wasn't doing anything, like one, I don't know if he brings his friends or what, but like it's going viral now and there's like 10 people a day commenting on it how they fucking hate me. You
I
know?
love
The
that.
one because you told them to
That's
show
awesome.
up early to work, like they were just not having it. I show up when I'm getting paid.
Then there was like, I don't know if it's a made up account, like it seemed like an old lady. I'm like, shouldn't you be at bingo, grandma? What are you doing in my comments hating on me? I enjoy bickering with them, but it is getting a little bit crazy. I can't believe some of the stuff people say to someone that they don't know. And I go right on Google and look them up, find out where they're from. I'll put that in the comment. I'll know right what town you're from, and I'm petty. Come be a hater. Try it out. We should do an
Jeez.
episode
I
on
mean,
that
it's
though.
amazing how strong someone will feel and how big they'll feel with
What's
that disconnect.
or on the one post that I said like if you want to make it and you want to be good in the industry, show up early. Don't ask what time we're leaving or what time break is. And people are like, I'm not showing up early, and you better tell me what time break is. But like, what I'm getting at with that is that if you're not gonna, if start time is at 6, you're really gonna walk in at 6? I think that's a terrible look, but I guess you're really not getting paid till 6, so you do you. But if you're walking in at 6:01, I'm calling you late. The other thing is that you shouldn't be asking what time break is and what time we're leaving because you know that. You're leaving 8 hours after when you started, and the break is always at 9 and 12 in construction. Okay? And if there's going to be a weird time with a break, you're probably going to be told. You shouldn't be asking. And that's kind of what I made that post. Is like you always get the apprentice. You'll be working with him for weeks and weeks, and he'll always ask you what time we're leaving. We're leaving at the same time, bud. We leave it every day. So basically what I was getting at is don't ask stupid questions, but people are like, I should be able to know what time I'm leaving. This is how you become a wage slave. I'm like, you guys are just illiterate, I
Wow.
guess.
Get
So
back in the cubicle, you know?
get out of my comments. Shout out
All
to
right,
my boy Peter,
this has
aka
been
the
awesome.
Teabagger. This
Hey,
this was
Tommy,
awesome.
thank you so much for coming on last minute.
Yep, thanks for watching
Yes,
us,
sir.
guys. Yeah, appreciate you coming on, and this is what we should do every time someone bails out. We'll just do a social.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right,
good to
guys.
me.
Just come in here and hang out.
Dope and